Hey, welcome to the Citrines Success webinars. I will be with you soon, but before I come, here are a few important things for you to know. Make sure that you attend every single one of our webinars because we have amazing content for you. There are freebies, there are downloads that you will get, and these are actually things that we teach in our workshops that are paid. You are getting it for free in these times. So make sure that you don't miss even one single one of these webinars. During the webinar, take notes. Grab a pen and paper while you're waiting. Make sure you take notes. Also, use the chat at the bottom and ask me questions and I will answer them for you right here on the webinar. So stay tuned. I'll be right there.
So how are you all doing today? Yes, I noticed that I was not audible, which is why I enabled my mic, and I hope that I am audible now. Awesome. So today's webinar is on realizing your vision. Not just setting a vision, but also realizing it. How many of you were there in our previous webinar which talked about reinventing yourself and your business? Give me a thumbs up if you attended that webinar as well. And give me a double thumbs up if you really liked that webinar and have used anything that we had talked about in that webinar. I'm waiting to see your replies. Rajesh says no audio still. I hope everyone else can hear me. Doing good. Great. Now that everyone is doing good, let us start with today's webinar. I'm going to just take you to the presentation that we have set up. So today's webinar is about realizing your vision, planning and achieving your vision. This is the second webinar in the Citrines Success webinar series, and I hope you find something really exciting and something that is very useful after this webinar. Are you ready to get going? I do see someone saying up to something or the other activity in lockdown. That's Dhruv. Dhruv, I see that you've also become very big on fitness these days. I've been looking at your Insta stories. So great. Now let's talk about getting really, really active on your business. Now, just as a recap for everyone, there are two ways that you work with business. You work in your business and you work on your business. Working in your business, everybody does. Every time that you are making a sale, you are making that call, you are doing anything that is operations related, you are working in your business. And that's something that we actually get lost in. Very few people take the time out to work on the business. And working on the business is the larger game. That is what will take you to success. Working on the business includes getting your purpose, vision, value, strategy on track, doing your long-term planning, doing your marketing activities, creating content, things that are not your everyday business operations. So this time right now is the perfect time for you to focus and work on your business. And let's do that. Let's do that and let's make our business really strong before this lockdown ends so that once we are back to working full time, we have a business that is so strong that can take up any challenge that is thrown our way. And that's what this webinar is all about. Everyone is aware of the current situation, right? We are in a global health crisis. There are issues going on. The first step is to accept that there are issues going on. The first step is to acknowledge that the world is not the same anymore. I'm not just talking about the current situation where there is a lockdown or where people are forced to sit at home, where businesses are closed. That is not the situation I'm talking about. That everyone is aware. You are already experiencing it. But what is coming after this? What after the lockdown? Is life going to be the same? No, it's not. Are things going to be the same? Is business going to be the same? What do you think? Let me know in the chat below. What do you think is going to happen once this lockdown ends, once we're able to move around freely? Do you think the world will get back to the way it used to be? Or do you think that things will be different? And if you think that things will be different, tell me what you think is going to be different. I'll give you 2 minutes to write down your answers in the chat below. So by the time you are writing something in the chat below, let me tell you that the first few days of lockdown, I struggled. I literally struggled to keep myself sane because of this new feeling that, oh my God, I know that I cannot move out of the house for a few days and that I am literally going to be locked in and I can't meet clients and I can't really do business the way I used to do before. And that sounded very scary. It felt very scary. But like always, we assessed the situation and figured out what is happening so that we can find a solution to it. And the solution we found is that we cannot let these 21 days or these 1 month or these 90 days, how much ever time it takes, curb our business. We cannot let this make us stop working, and we cannot let us make this stop us from getting more business. So we slowly started adapting to the situation. We started checking what is it that we can do, how can we still help our clients, because ultimately our clients are business owners like you, and how can we help you get over the same problems that everyone is facing. And we decided that we are going to come out here and ensure that you get access to things, get access to webinars, get access to content, get access to advice that you need at times like this. And that's what we're here. So I can see some answers coming up. Transactions will take time to materialize, Bhadresh is saying. That's right. That's going to happen. Things will take a little longer because there will still be some fear. Dhruv says it will be different. New opportunities might come up. New markets will emerge. Definitely. That's a very positive way of looking at things, because even though things can get scary, there are a multitude of new opportunities coming up. We need to continue the distancing and use precautions. Of course, things like social distancing are not going to end just because the pandemic ends, because we still need to find ways of reducing contact, which means that businesses that require contact, you will all need to relook at the way you're doing things. It will not be easy sailing, that's right, but it will not be impossible either. Nilesh says worldwide recession. Maybe, may not be. Let's see. Let's see if businesses like you and me can actually find ways to work and find ways to do good even in a situation like this. Then maybe we can save the world from recession. It's in our hands. Let's see if we can do that. Pallavi says it will take time to get back to normal. Definitely. And you know what? The normal will be a new normal. It might not be the same normal as before. The use of technology is going to be a lot. That's what Malai says. Yes, it is going to be a lot. Things are going to get more and more online. Things are going to get more and more technology driven. And at a time like this, I think all of us need to take a stand and say that whatever new technology comes up, we are going to research, we're going to find out, we're going to find ways to use these new technologies. Deven says an era of survival of the fittest begins now. Survival not only of the fittest, Deven, survival of the smartest, survival of the most adaptable, and survival of the ones that are flexible and are able to cope up with the change and work along with it. And we will see in this webinar how to do that. New business opportunities might come up. That's right, Bhadresh. Shrenik says ways of doing business is going to see a radical change. Definitely. And as business owners, you have to be ready for this radical change. Dhruv says it will be gradual progress, but it will take time. Time is going to test your patience. The one who will be patient will survive. The one who will be patient, and also the one who will be smart, and the one who will find ways to use whatever resources are available with them. That's right. Okay, cool. So let's move on. So now, since this is the current situation and you're all aware and pretty tuned in to what is going to come, let's see what can we do. What is it that we can actually do in a situation like this, in the current situation? We can either decide that this is our daily routine. We will sit around, laze around, watch Netflix on binge watching, find a nice series, finish a few episodes at a time, maybe finish 4-5 seasons in 1 or 2 days, or watch all the movies that you have thought of watching but haven't watched till now. Or you can decide that you are not going to be among those people who have taken this situation as a forced vacation, and you can decide that you are going to take this time as a gift. This time as that space in your busy schedule where you can breathe and relook at your business. Relook at your business, relook at what is coming ahead, and modify your business according to what is coming ahead. So, can I have a yes in the chat box below if you are going to change this? Say not just yes, but say yes, I will change. Yes, I will change my paradigm from looking at this as a vacation to looking at this as an opportunity to take your business to the next level. Say yes, I will change in the chat below, please. Now, why do you have to change your paradigm? Why do you have to change from the I'm on a vacation, or I have no work to do, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do, to taking charge and actually running your business? Because this is the time for a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift on the way you are looking at the lockdown, a paradigm shift on the way you're looking at your business. Ultimately, it is your business that is also going to change along with times. When a paradigm shifts, everyone goes back to zero. That's right. And if there is any situation since probably the World War II, this is the time for a massive paradigm shift in the world. Now, before I get to this, I would like to have a quick word with you. Okay, I see a lot of yes, I will change and score high. I can also see Ronak saying world recovers whenever it comes across such pandemic. It will bring new light to India as countries around the world are looking at India as option to China. That is right. And that is the biggest opportunity that is there right now, especially for manufacturing industry, especially for products and even for services, because the moment products increase, services are automatically going to increase. Great. Now let us quickly look at this pyramid, the chart that was also there in the previous webinar that we did. A quick recap is that right now we are looking at the environment. The environment is the where and the when. And this part right here is a problem right now because of the pandemic that we are experiencing. But the environment also contains opportunities along with the constraints and dangers. The environment is the bottom of the pyramid. The next level is behavior. The environment affects your behavior, and while we look at what is our behavior in relation to this pandemic, in relation to the environment that we are looking at, that behavior comes from our capabilities, which is the how, the strategy in business. Our capabilities come from our values and our beliefs, and our values and our beliefs come from our identity. The same goes for the business. In business, it is the vision, the mission, etc. of the business that is the identity, and above all of that is the purpose of the company. In the last webinar, we looked at diagnosis and we looked at purpose. Now, if you haven't attended the last webinar, you can check out our Citrines channel, and the link is right there. It's a public 1.5 hour video that you can attend, and you will get a chance to look and understand this much deeper. But for now, what I would like to tell you is that once we were done with the purpose, we will today look at the who, the identity, the vision. That's what we're going to look at. So, what is it that you must do? How can you take charge? How can you change this paradigm and take charge of your business? It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change that survives, the one that is most flexible, as I was telling you. It is time to begin that adaptation at multiple levels. And the first thing that you need to do is to set a vision for your company. And even for yourself. Today we will focus on companies, so you will see examples related to companies. But at times like this, as a leader, visioning becomes the most important aspect to leadership, whether you are leading yourself or whether you are leading a company. And the reason is that not only does visioning help you set your goals, but it also gives you direction. You know where you are going, you know what is it that you are working towards. And that is why setting a vision becomes all the more important. Now, the vision will help you because it inspires you, it motivates you. The vision is not about what it is that you want to achieve in the company. The vision is always outward. You need to first decide whether you like what is happening in your business currently. Do you like how your business is going? Do you like what your business is able to achieve? Do you like the way your industry is? Do you think that that is the right way it should be? Do you really like the impact that your business is having on others? Do you think that the impact your business is having is enough? Do you think that the impact the industry is having is enough? Are you satisfied with the norms in your industry? Are you satisfied with the way your company is reacting to the norms in your industry? These are all really deep questions that you must ask yourself when it comes to your company. Because ultimately, the vision is completely on what you are doing for others through your company. So having a vision is important because one, it gives you direction. in relation to your company, in relation to the effect and the impact that you are having on the world around you through your company. It inspires you, it motivates you. Goals and numbers don't really motivate people. What motivates people is the vision and, of course, the purpose. The purpose that you did in the last webinar, that is what gives you that kick to wake up in the morning and actually start your day. The vision inspires you and your team to go towards a certain path. So, how do you set a vision? Now, I have given you a sneak peek. I'll go back to the previous slide. And before I give you the exact process of setting the vision, I would like to ask you, how is it that you have set your vision? What is your vision? Let me know in the chat below. Let's have a quick look at all the wonderful visions out there. Anyone would like to share? Please let me know. In the meantime, let me look at the comments below. India is going to be the next mass manufacturing hub. That's right. India is definitely going to be the next mass manufacturing hub. I see a few people have just joined. Hello, welcome. People may start to care about themselves more and they will spend more time with family. That's true, Sharmil. And I really hope that it's true. We have seen all these WhatsApp forwards and all these news articles that the world is recovering. There are peacocks on the roads of Bombay. Imagine that. And of course, a lot of people are spending time with family. They're cooking together. They're playing games. Some are playing online games with extended family. So that's wonderful. Anyone sharing their vision with me? Anyone wants to tell me what they think the vision should be or their vision should be? Let me know. Okay, let's move on then, because I haven't received any chat. I'm going to help you. Looks like everyone needs to sit and set a new vision right now. It would be really nice if you could grab a pen and a paper and take notes on this. The best thing about setting your vision, that the process is really fun. It's an extremely fun process because you remember as kids, you used to daydream, you used to sit in class while the teacher was teaching you something and go off into your own world of how your future would be. I used to do that a lot. Especially in one of my classes, I remember in my 9th grade, I used to have a bench right next to the window. And half the time, I used to be staring out of the window. I've got into a lot of trouble because of that as well. And staring out of the window is the best way to sit and daydream about the future. Don't ask me what I was daydreaming. I'm not going to share that with you. But yes, that is what you have to do right now. Only this time, you are daydreaming with your business. So, creating a vision and making it a reality is like imagining a future and making that a reality. So take some time out for yourself. Make sure that nobody will disturb you during this time. And keep a pen and a paper with you so that you can note down the thoughts that come to you, because your mind is a fickle thing. You will remember stuff, you will create a vision, and the moment you get up and move out of that place, you will forget half of it. So make sure that you do have a pen and paper with you while you're doing this activity. Right. I see Shrinik saying to optimize our potential to serve our clients with a delight once and always. Very nice, Shrinik. Great. Now, Coming to how you create your vision. The first step is to daydream. Look at a future that you want to create through your business and daydream about it. Actually see the movie, imagine it, and have fun with this and go all out. They say the good be of the best. So don't be satisfied with just things that seem good to you. Look for greatness. Now imagine 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, if your company was the greatest thing that happened to mankind, how would you look? How would your company look? And what is the impact that your company is having on society, the world around? What is the impact that your company is having on the industry? What are people saying about you? Who are around you? What kind of partners do you have? What kind of clients do you have? What is actually happening in the world around you? And part of that is because of you and your company. How much of a contribution have you made to that? Sit and actually daydream about this. See the movie. What are people saying about you? What's the media saying about you? What's the kind of lifestyle you have? What is the kind of lifestyle your employees are having? Everything. Look at it from all the angles. It's a fun process, right? Tell me if you find this to be fun, if you find like you would really want to do this, write fun in the chats below and let me know. One, of course, to let me know if you're having fun, and the second thing, to let me know if you're awake still. Cool. Now, once you're done with all of this imagining, take your time doing it. Take about half an hour, see it in detail, and then start jotting it down. Write down what you see on paper. Write down everything. Write down the whole movie. Describe it as much as you can. The reason I'm asking you to write it down is because once you get up from there, it will evaporate. And who knows, you might miss an important point. So make sure that you write it all down. Great. Here are some examples of the vision. Your vision will come out of this vision statement or the vision description that you have written. And these examples are so that you can understand how to turn that long statement and that long into a vision for your company. So the vision of Sony is to become the company most known for changing the worldwide image of its products as being of poor quality. If you notice this statement, the change they want to bring is not just about their company, but they want to change the way their entire industry is perceived. The entire country's products are perceived. The vision of Walmart is to become the worldwide leader in retailing. Now, this vision is very simple, very self-focused, so I wouldn't really call this a wonderful vision, but yes, it has worked for them. Another example of vision is of Siemens. Siemens' vision is to be a world of proven talent, delivering breakthrough innovations, giving us a unique competitive edge, enabling societies to master their most vital challenges, and creating value. Now, this is a well-rounded vision. If you see a world of proven talent, delivering breakthrough innovations, and giving our customer a unique competitive edge, enabling societies to master their most vital challenges and creating sustainable value. It's a well-rounded vision. It's got something for innovation. It's got something for the customer to have a competitive advantage, and it's got something for the society It's got something for creating sustainable value. Any questions so far? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll give a quick minute or maybe less than that for comments, questions. Please let me know. So Dilip Mewada, leader in creating and developing extraordinary designs and providing comprehensive services in the field of architecture, interiors, and product design. Thank you for sharing that. Now, can you have this and check? Have you also included what is it that is how are you going to impact the society? Have you looked at it from an external point of view as well? And once you can do, you will have improved your vision and created a wonderful vision that is all round and well rounded. Shrenik says to gauge our strengths vis-a-vis deliverables, we want to commit and create success for us and awesome. Okay, so let's move on. Once you have the vision, then what? Now it's time to set goals for yourself. Now, considering the situation that we are in right now, it wouldn't really be advisable a long-term goal. It wouldn't really be advisable to set a 5-year goal or even a 2-year goal. So my suggestion to all of you is to goal for 1 year, a short-term goal. Because you have done your visioning, setting goals will become that much easier. Once you know the roadmap for the long road ahead, it becomes much easier for you to decide what is the first step. If you take, it will take you one step closer to the vision that you have seen for yourself. Agreed? Great. And because of the situation that we are in, goals, visions, a lot might change as the situation changes. We are in a state of uncertainty right now. And because of that, what I would suggest is set that 1-year goal, work towards achieving that, and somewhere down the line, let's say 3 months from now, 6 months from now, when things settle down, when you have an understanding of how is changing, how your industry is reacting, and how your business can actually cope with this, that is when you can start thinking of setting goals. So, coming back to this, setting a short-term goal. That's right, 1 year. And then make sure that your goal is SMART. what does SMART mean? I'm sure a lot of you have either come across the term SMART goals before, and if those of you who are following our YouTube channel have probably seen our videos on SMART goals. So that this would be a revision for you, but definitely stay tuned and you can ask me questions about this while I am giving you the full form of it and how to set it. And once I'm done, I will answer those questions. All right. So let's see what SMART is. Those of you who have done an MBA or those of you who have come across the term SMART might have come across SMART as this. SMART, S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for realistic, and T stands for time bound. This is the regular way people set SMART goals. Now, this works very well for your conscious mind, but not that great for your unconscious mind. So let us also get our unconscious mind involved in this and set SMART goals for our unconscious mind or our subconscious mind. If anybody has a question regarding subconscious, unconscious mind, please put it in the comments below and I will pause and I will answer your questions. If I don't get questions, I'm going to assume that you all know exactly what I'm talking about and I'm going to continue. Okay. So, SMART, while it is great for the conscious mind like this, SMART also means that your goals have to be simple, meaningful, as of now, responsible, and towards. If there is anyone in the audience who would like to volunteer with your goal, and I can help you right now through the webinar to make it SMART, write down your goal as it is currently in the chat and we'll work together on making it a SMART goal. This will be a good example for the rest of them as well. So quickly take a second and write down your goal as you've written it. Don't worry about it being SMART. We'll make it SMART. Just write it in the chat below and I will help you make it SMART. Meanwhile, Ronak Shukla's company vision is to be recognized as a vibrant, progressive, and technologically advanced accounting and tax firm. Great, Ronak. Again, my question to you is the same that I asked Lee. Is there any way that you can turn this vision so that it also includes the kind of impact you are having on your society, on your customers, on the world at large? What is the external view to this? Add the external view and that will actually develop your vision further. Okay, so Deva Dunya is asking me to elaborate between subconscious and unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is the part of us which is visible, rational. The unconscious mind is the rest of the 95% which we can't see, but this is the part of your mind that takes all the decisions, and this is the part of your mind that is your gut, that helps you breathe, that puts you to sleep at night, that digests your food, that beats your heart. And this is the part of your mind that controls everything you do, your behavior, your emotions, your beliefs, your values. Now, in NLP, the subconscious mind and unconscious mind are used interchangeably. So when I say unconscious mind, I mean the same thing. I mean subconscious mind. And neurolinguistic programming is a wonderful tool to use the power of your subconscious mind to get in perfect rapport with your subconscious mind and make sure that your subconscious mind supports the kind of goals that you have. Because while we're on the topic of goals, let me tell you, your conscious mind is the goal setter. You set your goals based on rationalities, what it is that you want to achieve, but your conscious mind is not the goal getter. It is your subconscious mind that has to work towards achieving that goal. Most of your decisions are made subconsciously. So, your decision to actually use the opportunities that are coming towards you, that decision is your subconscious mind's decision. Which is why your goal should be written in such a way that it aligns not only with your conscious mind, but it also aligns with your subconscious mind. Okay, great. Dilip says, since last 25-30 years, I set my yearly goals from Diwali to next Diwali for business, for team, for family, myself, for society, for health also. That is wonderful, Dilip. That is really wonderful. Okay, so Krish K says, grow company turnover is his goal. So let's take this and let's make it a SMART goal. Grow company turnover. Now, let's go back to the regular definition of SMART. Grow company turnover, is it specific? Not really. Let us find a way to make this specific. How can you make this specific, Krish? You can add some numbers to it. Grow company turnover to how much? Add a number. Decide on your revenue goal or your turnover goal and make sure that you write that number down. That makes it a specific goal. And then measurable, also the same thing, you need to be able to measure it. That means once you achieve this number, will you be able to know that you have achieved this much? Is it measurable? Once you have a specific number, once you have a certain financial value to it, it does become measurable. Is it achievable? Now you need to take this number that you have set and see, is it something that you can achieve? Also, is it realistic for you to go after this number based on the current restraints, the current resources that you have? Once you check whether this number is achievable and realistic, decide by when you want to achieve this number. Decide the exact date. When I say exact date, I don't mean the month, I mean the exact date. 31st December 2020 is an exact date. December 2020 is not an exact date. 31st December is not an exact date because the year is missing. Make sure you have the date, the month, and the year. So once you have that, your goal will be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Now, how do we take the same goal and make sure that it meets the criteria for your subconscious mind? That is simple, meaningful, as of now, responsible, and towards. Let's start with simple. The sentence is simple enough. I would like to achieve X amount of turnover by so and so date. That is a simple goal. If your goal has many different variables in it, like I want to achieve this number of turnover plus so many employees plus I want offices in so many locations, that is not simple. Now, why does your goal need to be simple? Because your subconscious mind or your unconscious mind is like a 5-year-old child. It is extremely powerful, but it can only understand so much. You need to simplify your language so that you're able to communicate effectively with your subconscious mind. Right. Chris says 30% year on year. 30% year on year is fine, but it doesn't really help because you need to have a specific number. That is very important for your goal. Find out what that 30% is, derive that number and put that number in your goal. That is important. Okay, so simple. Yes, one simple line that focuses on just one thing, that's a good enough goal for it to be simple. Meaningful. Is this your goal? Or is this a goal that somebody else has set for you? Do you want to achieve this goal, or is this goal your partner's goal? Is this goal your mom's goal? Is this goal your child's goal, or your boyfriend's goal, or your spouse's goal? Make sure that the goal you set is meaningful to you, and make sure that you can actually take action steps to achieve this goal. That's what meaningful is. If you set a goal and you can't do anything about it, somebody else has to act on it, then it is not your goal. It is that person's goal. A is as of now. This is a way of writing the goal. I will come back to this. Let's go to responsible. Is this goal responsible? Is it ecological? Will it be safe for you, your family, the country, the environment? Is it a safe goal? And when I say safe for you, I mean, are you going to run yourself to a hospital while trying to achieve this goal? It needs to be balanced. It needs to be safe for you. It also needs to be safe for your family. Are you going to spend so much time at work that you have no time left for your family? That is not a responsible goal. And that kind of a goal will not help because your subconscious mind will not accept it. So make sure that your goal is responsible, it's safe for you and everyone around you and the world at large. Now, is your goal a towards goal? Achieving a certain amount of revenue, achieving a certain amount of turnover is a towards goal. What will not be a towards goal is to say, I don't want to make losses. Or a non-business example would be, I would like to lose weight. That's not a towards goal because you are running away from the weight. You want to avoid something. When you want to avoid something, it's called an away goal. What you need to do is to make sure that your goals are always written in a towards fashion. So you're going towards something. Now, coming back to A, as of now, a lot of people write goals saying, I want to achieve a certain amount of revenue, or I will achieve a certain amount of revenue. For a conscious mind, for the way we converse, sure, it makes sense. But these words, they don't make sense to your subconscious mind. Like I said before, your subconscious mind is like a 5-year-old child. So, how do you write this in such a way that your subconscious mind understands? You give it an instruction. You start off by saying, it is now. The starting of the statement is, it is now. Then you write down the date. So for this example, I am going to say, it is now 31st December 2020. And company name, Citrines, let's say. It is now 31st December 2020 and Citrines has achieved a turnover of X amount. Does that make sense to you? Can you write down in the comments below in the chat either your goal or a fictional goal so that I know that you have understood the sentence formation? It starts off with, it is now, date, in a past tense, has already achieved. So it is now 31st December 2020 and Citrines has achieved the turnover of and the specific amount. Write it down in the chat below so that I know that you have understood. And while you're doing that, let me tell you why we write it this way. Your subconscious mind does not understand words like no, nothing, doesn't, all these negative words it doesn't understand. Also, for it, time is very simple. Right now. Whatever is happening right now. So when you write the goal in this manner, it is now 31st December 2020. In your mind, you are programming your subconscious mind for something that will happen on 31st December 2020. And Citrines has already achieved. So Citrines has achieved a revenue or a turnover of so much amount. This is the language pattern with which you are programming your subconscious mind to make sure that you achieve this. When you write your goal this way, and when you do the next step that I will ask you to do after this, which is put up this goal in places that you can see, maybe create your vision board, we'll come to that. What you are doing is you are programming your mind continuously that it is already 31st December 2020 and you have already achieved this amount of revenue. And because your mind is being programmed like that, your subconscious mind will now start to look for ways to make it happen, because in its understanding, this has already happened in the future. Now, this is one way of doing it, definitely, and it works, but it works to a certain extent. We have a workshop that we usually do called Fast Track Your Success, where we actually use neuro-linguistic programming to program the subconscious mind. We take you on something that we call your timeline. We take your subconscious mind into the future and we drop in the future this goal in such a way that your subconscious mind believes 100% that this goal has already been achieved in the future. Now, once that belief is built, it will make sure that that happens, because what happens on the timeline cannot be wrong. But for that, of course, you will have to come for a one-on-one consultation with us, and you can get in touch with me for doing that. We can even do it online. But for the purpose of this webinar, this way of writing your goal will definitely help. I'm just checking and I don't have anybody who has yet written it in the goal. That's right. It is now date, what you have achieved with the number, the revenue. Come on, let me know if you have any questions. You can see in the chats below, we've written down the exact way of setting your goal. Any questions regarding this, please let me know. Dilip says, I will share my yearly resolutions when we meet personally, have all of them. Awesome, Dilip. Let's have that conversation when we meet. Okay. Fine. Teva says it is now 20th April 2024, Monday, and my bank balance. Okay, he's mentioned his bank balance. Awesome. Give yourself a big clap. That is the right way of putting it. moving on. Now that you have written your goal, the next step is to create a vision board. Two reasons for this. Like I mentioned before, your subconscious mind gets activated. The entire vision that you saw plus the goal that you have, if you can make this pictorial and paste it somewhere so that you can see this consciously as well as your subconscious mind is just getting a glimpse of it while you're working, this will be a great step to keep on reminding your subconscious mind of what it is that you want to achieve. In the same channel, Citrines, we have an entire video explaining how to create a vision board. I would really suggest that you go and have a look at this video. This will really help you to create a wonderful vision board for yourself. So one reason definitely is to activate your subconscious mind and what we call RAS, or the reticular activating system. When you write your goal this way and when you have a vision board and you are looking at it day in and day out, your subconscious mind is continuously fed with symbols, pictures, words that represent the kind of life you want and that represent the kind of vision that you have seen for your company. And because you're doing this, it starts being in focus and your reticular activating system kicks in. Now, what is your reticular activating system? It is a system where what is in your focus, suddenly things that are related to it become more visible. Let me give you an example. If you've bought a car recently, or if you've bought a bike recently, or if you've colored your hair recently, something that took you some time to make a decision, you would have noticed as soon as you bought that car, you start seeing more and more cars of the same make, the same color on the roads. That is because your reticular activating system has been activated. You've been so focused on the car, the model, or the bike, or the color that you want to color your hair, that you start seeing more and more examples of it in front of you. The reason for this is because your subconscious mind starts pulling these things into your view and makes it visible for you. That is how the reticular activating system works. You can now use that magic to help you achieve the goal that you have set for yourself and achieve the vision that you've seen for yourself. By creating a vision board, you kick that reticular activating system into action. You start noticing any kind of opportunities that are around that will help you to achieve this goal and this vision. Of course, when you actually do an NLP session with us, it will boost it up and things get done much faster and results are much faster, but this will definitely help. So try it out and then you can get in touch with me for, giving it a turbo boost. Cool. So that was the first step of making sure that you achieve your vision and your goal. But that is not enough. You have to take action. Your subconscious mind will show you opportunities. It will give you the platform to succeed. Ultimately, it's up to you to take action and make that vision and that goal a reality. So, how do you go about actioning this and working on this after you have set the goal? Let's talk about that now. The first step, once you have your goal and once you've seen your vision, is to brainstorm. Now, it is a chain of events. You have seen the vision, you've created a dream, you've written it down. You have set your goal for yourself, so you know exactly what you want to achieve. You have created a vision board. So now you have all these symbols and these ideas and these images, these words that represent the kind of vision that you have along with your goal. Make sure you put your goal on the vision board as well. Now your mind is filled with ideas. Some of them may be conscious, but your subconscious mind is also brimming with ideas, ways to make this a reality for you. So this is the best time to brainstorm. How do you brainstorm? Very simple. Write down everything that comes to your mind. Just take a piece of paper, take a book. Piece of paper might get lost, so take a book and start writing down every single idea that you get to achieve success, to achieve your vision, to achieve your goal. This time is not for you to decide whether the idea can be implemented or not. This is not the time to decide whether this idea is worthy, whether it's too expensive, whether you can afford it, whether you have the resources, whether it's even possible. If you get an idea, fly to the moon, write it down. It can be as crazy as that. Just write down every single idea that comes out of your mind. Make an exhaustive list. The longer your list, the better. This is the time to just dump whatever's in your mind onto paper. Once you do that, take a good hour, 2 hours to do this activity. It is a very important activity that could change the course of your business. In a situation like this, you're aware of the situation, you're also aware of the uncertainties, you're also aware of the opportunities and the threats that are coming of the change that we're experiencing right now. Your mind will give you wonderful ideas. Those of you who were present at the previous webinar, there was a state taught called the learning state. If you can put yourself in this state and do the brainstorming, that would make your brainstorming 10 times more effective, because the door to your subconscious mind has just opened up. Now, if you have any questions regarding brainstorming, regarding anything up till this point, please let me know. Put it in the comments below. I'm going to give you a few seconds, 30-40 seconds, and I will see you in 30 seconds. I see Sharmil's goal. It is 30th June and I have achieved weight 85 kgs. Awesome, Sharmil. What's the year? 30th June 2020, 2024, 2026. Write down the year. And we're back. I see SR Swaroop T. Hi. Saying hi. Welcome. When company goals are set, should the brainstorming be done by partners individually and collated, or all partners should do it along in one room? Okay, so Ronak, what you need to do is have all your partners together in one room. Don't brainstorm collectively. Take individual papers, write down everything that's in your mind individually, and then share it with each other. And while you're sharing these ideas, magic will happen, because each of the ideas that you're sharing with each other will help you get better ideas that are synergy related. So you can actually combine this and develop a synergy with your partners. So start it alone and then do it together. But don't do it alone separately. Any more questions? You can put it in the chat below and I will move on. Great. Now, since you are done brainstorming and you have this huge content, huge list of activities that you need to do, you could get overwhelmed. But that's okay. That is the amount of work that's required to run a business. And that's fine. How do we make this overwhelm less overwhelming and more strategic and make you able to actually go and achieve these goals by doing the tasks that have come up? Step 1 is now is the time to look at everything that you've brainstormed and start classifying them. Check what can be done, what can never be done and is completely stupid, and what can be done but needs to be done at a later date. Take all these ideas that have come out and start classifying them into to-dos, think later, and can't be done. These are the 3 classifications. And once you classify them into this, start looking at the to-dos and classify those as top priority, lesser priority, and things that you don't really need to look at right now. The to-dos can be top priority and medium priority, and can be done later can be your low priority. Now this is the plan. The problem with our culture and a lot of not just Indian culture but a lot of the culture around this area, Asian, South Asian culture, is that we love to jump into action. We feel that if we sit and plan, we're wasting time. And that cannot be farther from the truth. Planning does not mean wasting time. In fact, the more time you spend in planning, the less effort and the less time you need to spend in execution. The moment everything is well planned and you are completely aware of the exact path you're going to take, reaching your destination becomes smoother, easier, and faster. So, after you brainstorm, make sure that you plan it to the T so that your execution becomes automatic and effortless. Now, coming to the next part, planning. Just planning is not enough because you have a lot of tasks now to do. You're just one person. How much can one person do? If you look here, don't we all wish that we had so many hands and 10 times more time to achieve the kind of goals that we want to achieve? Great. So, how do you do this? You develop a productivity system for yourself. And how do you develop a productivity system? Let me tell you one thing, a secret. I used to hate productivity systems. My dad and my partner loves productivity systems. So he would develop all these grand, complex systems, and I would take one look at those things and I would run away from there. Because my mind can't handle it. There are people who love productivity. I know one such person and I think she's tuned in. Pallavi, she loves getting things productive. She loves having systems in place for everything. complete left-brained, organized person. If you are like that, then there's a good chance you already have a productivity system in place. And if that's working for you, wonderful, follow it. But if you're anything like me and find productivity systems complex and you get rid of them after a few days of trying them out, then I have good news for you. I have defined and designed a system that is very simple. Okay, it does take a little bit of work, but hey, you're an entrepreneur. If you were scared of hard work, you wouldn't be an entrepreneur. So it does take a little bit of work, but you can actually follow this system. It's very simple. So the reason that you need a productivity system, I'll tell you, is because your brain was made to have ideas. Your brain was made to be creative, not to remember things, and definitely not to have schedules in your brain and decide what to do next. All this is tasks that you should leave for a system and use your brain and the power that it has to come up with creative, innovative ideas. So, what is the productivity system like? Here you go. It's a simple system. You can take a screenshot of this if you want, or if you want this to be sent to you by WhatsApp or email, just contact me and I will send you this slide. Let me explain this to you. Right. So the simple system is, first step is have a small book with you or a system on your phone where you can capture all your thoughts and ideas. Any thought related to business, any task that you give yourself, or any idea that you get, make sure you write it down. Because like I said before, it will just evaporate if you don't take the trouble to sit and write it down. Now, the steps are: plan the night before. In the morning, just trying to decide what you have to do that day can put you in a decision paralysis. And good chance you will not get a lot of work done in the morning. So, plan the night before on the exact tasks you're going to do the next day. Write it down. Have a to-do list. Write it down. Not exactly a to-do list, but at least the tasks that you would like to do. Choose the energy draining tasks first. Tasks that will require a lot of effort. Tasks that will take longer. Tasks that you are really dreading to do, like sending that reply to that email to that client who's been bothering the hell out of you. Yes, do that first. If there is a task that you feel like, I really don't want to do this, pick that, finish it, get it out of the way, get done with it. So this is your simple process. Every night, plan the next day. During the day, pick the most energy draining tasks, finish them first, and then as you go throughout the day, as your energy drains, you also have lighter tasks to do. Every week, pick one day of the week to do a review. What are the tasks I did last week? How is my coming week looking? How is my coming month looking? And what is it that I need to do in this week so that I'm prepared? Look at all your past activities for the past 1 or 2 weeks. Look at all your upcoming activities and plan to accomplish certain projects. Look for results. What are the results I'm going to achieve this week? Based on that, plan your week ahead. Review. This is also the time that you will look at all the thoughts and ideas that you have captured. One time to look at all the thoughts and ideas that you've captured is the night before. When you're planning the next day, go through the thoughts and ideas. Are there any activities that you need to do tomorrow for this? And the time that you will look at them in detail and create projects out of them is your review that happens every week. So that your planned and the week ahead goes smooth. Now, this is a wonderful system, and if you had a boss, the boss will hold you accountable for this. But guess what? As entrepreneurs, we don't have bosses. It is the beauty of entrepreneurship. It's wonderful to not have anyone to report to, but it is also a problem because nobody is holding you accountable. If you do tasks, great. If you don't do tasks, who's going to check? Which is why you should have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is someone who is at the same level as you, a peer who's not related to your business, who does not stand to gain anything or lose anything because of your business and your activities. This person also is struggling the same way you are, and you can help each other by holding each other accountable for the tasks that are being done. Do your weekly review along with your accountability partner. Send the list of tasks that you're going to do to your accountability partner every night. And at the end of the day, tell your accountability partner how much work you have done and how much of the goals you have accomplished. There are two things that happen. One, your accountability partner does the same, so you are in turn helping another business owner to achieve the kind of success that they are looking to achieve. And number two, you get an accountability partner, someone who holds you accountable but is not your boss. It's a peer, and you are in healthy competition with each other so that you can both grow at the same rate and you're both contributing in each other's businesses. And this will make sure that you actually do the tasks that are assigned to you by yourself. Any questions regarding this system? Let me know in the comments below and let's see if I can help you out with them. While you are writing your questions in the chat, Deva is saying that I'm fearful if we target and correct one block through NLP, then another sabotage may happen in another area of life until we correct our pattern through meditation, yoga, and healthy diet. Okay, like we have written in reply to you, Deva, that we can connect offline and understand this. For the benefit of the rest of my viewers, I would like to say that this is actually not right, because NLP works on your subconscious mind. Meditation is spiritual, whereas NLP is scientific. So meditation is wonderful, it's very helpful, and that is good. But NLP is scientific, it works on your subconscious mind, and diet and yoga are physical. So we are talking about three different planes here, and NLP is something that once you work on a specific aspect through NLP, it is created in such a way that it not only helps in this aspect, but it also helps elevate problems in other aspects that are related to this. So it's a very well-researched science that is practical, and people have been doing it for the past 40 years and have phenomenal results with it. So there are no such side effects with NLP. Thank you. Great. So this is the system. If there are any questions, do let me know. Now that you have your vision, your goal, and your actions in place, what's next? What do you have to do next to strengthen your business and come out victorious? Just like in the last webinar, we had given a diagnosis. I am continuing that in this webinar as well for those who have not done the diagnosis in the previous webinar, and for the newcomers in this webinar, please click the link given for the diagnosis. I'm going to put it in the chat below and also send you an email and WhatsApp with the link for the diagnosis. It is also in the description description of this video below. This is a self-diagnosis. There are a few questions. All you need to do is answer them to see how ready your business is to take on the challenges that are coming ahead. And once you fill out this diagnosis, you can schedule a 15 to 20 minutes appointment with us for discussion of your diagnosis result. A small fee, around 200 rupees, that's it, will be charged for this, and the entire proceedings of it will go to the Prime Minister's fund so that we can do our bit to fight and help our country during this time of a global health crisis. So it is a win-win. You get a free diagnosis, you get to talk to us on a personal level on how you can look at what is it about the diagnosis, whether you need any help, and maybe some tips from us. And through all of this, we are also helping save our country. So click on the self-diagnosis link, fill out the diagnosis, and you will get an email with us with a link and a calendar so that you can schedule your 20-minute appointment with Mr. Muralidharan Jairam or me. One of us will come and have a word with you. Thank you so much for participating in today's webinar. You can find our contact details on the screen. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have my email address and my phone number on the screen, so you can get in touch with us for anything that you need. And I'm open for questions. I see a thumbs up from Ronak. Thank you. Thank you, Anjali. Real Life Kids Play School. Thank you. Deva, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Nilesh. You're welcome. Please stay tuned for further webinars where you will learn a lot more. Thank you, Devan. Thanks, Tejas from Gandhi Optics. By the way, these glasses you see me wearing, that's from Gandhi Optics. Great. See you all soon in the next webinar. Stay tuned. Yes, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. We have webinars like this where we also have videos, interviews. We have an exciting interview coming up. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but there is an interview coming up very soon. Please put the slide with the Sony vision statement again. All right, let me do that for you. There you go. The Sony vision statement is up. Become the company most known for changing the worldwide image of Japanese products as being of poor quality. Dhruv, Gandhi Optics is located in Mira Road, but I will give you the number of this person. He home delivers, so he can have someone come and check and deliver it to you. Thanks, Malai, that you enjoyed it, and I'm so glad it was extremely valuable for you. All right, then I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for coming and joining us. Until next time, see you around. Bye bye.